Well, good morning and welcome back to the Daily Bible Chapter Series. Today it is February the 11th of 2022, and we are reading Numbers chapter 17. And I'll be reading from the New King James Version. And Numbers chapter 17 is a very, very short chapter, and it is talking about the budding of Aaron's rod. And lucky for me, it's a short chapter because I still have a cold. So anyway, let's get into the chapter. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, and get from them a rod from each father's house, all of their leaders according to their father's houses, 12 rods. Write each man's name on his rod, and you shall write Aaron's name on the rod of Levi. For there shall be one rod for the head of each father's house. Then you shall place them in the tabernacle of meeting before the testimony, where I meet with you. And it shall be that the rod of the man whom I choose will blossom. Thus I will rid myself of the complaints of the children of Israel, which they make against you. So Moses spoke to the children of Israel, and each of their leaders gave him a rod apiece, for each leader according to their fathers' houses, 12 rods, and the rod of Aaron was among their rods. And Moses placed the rods before the Lord in the tabernacle of witness. Now it came to pass on the next day that Moses went into the tabernacle of witness, and behold, the rod of Aaron of the house of Levi had sprouted and put forth buds, had produced blossoms, and yielded ripe almonds. Then Moses brought out all the rods from before the Lord to all the children of Israel, and they looked, and each man took his rod. And the Lord said to Moses, Bring Aaron's rod back before the testimony, to be kept as a sign against the rebels, that you may put their complaints away from me, lest they die. Thus did Moses, just as the Lord had commanded him, so he did. So the children of Israel spoke to Moses, saying, Surely we die, we perish, we all perish. Whoever even comes near the tabernacle of the Lord must die. Shall we all utterly die? Numbers chapter 17. And just real quick, I don't feel 100%, so I don't want to talk too long today, but I guess what stood out to me here is that, even in the earliest of times, we had differences of opinion amongst people groups. And, this time in the wilderness here with the Israelites is no different than what we have today. I mean, clearly, if you turn on the news for more than about 3 minutes, you will see differences of opinion amongst people groups. And here God said, Bring me a rod of each one, and I'll tell you which one I like. And, sometimes I wish God would do that for us. I think sometimes it's easy for us to see which one would be God's chosen path, but it's not always that simple. And sometimes I think God sees things maybe a little bit differently than we do. So anyway, that's kind of what I was thinking about as I was reading through there. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and will join me tomorrow for Numbers chapter 18.